So this is my story about aspartame. About 25 years ago, I was drinking about 6 cans of Diet Pepsi a day. Some buddies at work said, hey, you know what, that stuff's really bad for you. I couldn't believe them. I'm like, no, why would my government allow something on the market that was bad for me? So, I just kept on drinking it. And a couple days later, they came in with a whole bunch of papers. They printed off the internet and showed me that yeah, indeed, this aspartame was really bad for you. So I started doing my own research. Came across a video, I think it was called Aspartame Sweet Misery, where it exposes how aspartame came on the market, and it should have never been on the market. But, that's my opinion. Anyhow, I started getting all kinds of weird things from aspartame. Like, the biggest one was I could never be satisfied drinking a can of pop. I always need another pop, another pop. It just didn't seem to end, and never quenches your thirst. So anyway, that was the first part of my journey to health. And I did a lot of things to help my health along, but that was the first part, and the awakening to really understand that pretty much everything is an illusion. The government's not there to help you. And I don't know how people think that a doctor really is there to help them if they see them for 10 minutes in 5 years. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So I've had some run-ins with doctors, and I'll tell you about those in other videos. But, for the most part, quitting all the sweeteners, and I even stopped sugar, white sugar. It's processed. Totally stop that. You want to really get off of sugars and sweeteners. Get this stuff called. So anyway, what we did, me and my wife, was first we used to buy stevia in the packages, but then we discovered that pretty much anything processed, as far as I know, is no good for you. Your body won't understand it and stores it as fat, really, or just gets rid of it. So we started buying this green unprocessed stevia, which is very light powder, and that's not bad. But ultimately, we started growing our own stevia plants, and we just go to any gardening store during the spring when everything's starting to come in, buy these little tiny stevia plants. We built big pots above the ground and put the stevia plants in there because the bunny rabbits will eat those first, and you won't have any. I even brought some to work, brought everybody a plant. I know it's kind of weird for a guy to do, but the other guys liked it, so, and they all talked about their plant growing really tall. So you can do what we did was we just harvest the plant, turn it upside down in the kitchen, let it dry out, and then you can grind it up yourself, just the leaves. And what that does is if you put it in your tea or whatever, it's going to leave a little bit of sediment in the bottom, which is fine. And you don't need much of this stuff. Stevia right from the plant, I mean, if you take a spoonful of sugar, you just need to turn that spoon around and just put a little bit on the handle and drop it in, and it's good. I mean, it's so sweet, this stuff. Unbelievable. So the way I like to use stevia, I don't like the sediment, so I kind of make a tea bag out of it, and I put it into hot water, or I'll sift the hot water over the stevia through a coffee filter or something, and it'll make a green liquid, and that liquid is beautiful sweetener. You just add it to whatever you want. So anyway, that stevia stuff will help you get over the addiction of sugar and the addiction of all these sweeteners. And it worked for me. I don't know if it'll work for you, but it worked for me. Worked like a charm. Worked for my wife.
And then eventually you don't need any sweeteners at all, and you'll be wondering why you even liked sugar or sweeteners in the first place. So, getting off of pop, though, we tried to use Zevia, which Zevia claims there's stevia in it. Well, there is stevia in it, but if you read the can really closely, you're going to see stevia is not the sweetener. The real sweetener is some other chemical name I can't pronounce, and it's also bad for you, so we just stopped buying Zevia. And we only juice now and, um, drink water, anything like that. Anything natural, we try not to drink out of a can unless it's organic. And you don't find anything in a can that's organic. We find, orange juice organic, apple juice organic, stuff like that. But overall, I mean, you don't need that stuff in your body, and your body doesn't need it, and your body doesn't like it. Seriously, what I heard was these sweeteners, like NutraSweet, was originally for ants, to kill ants, and seriously, we used it to kill ants, and it worked. So, you know, keeps them away, kills the ants. It's crazy. If you're going to put something in your mouth, you should make sure that other animals will want to eat it. And, do the rot test, make sure it rots, and put it out on the sidewalk and see if ants will eat it, if flies will land on it. If it doesn't work, you shouldn't be eating it. Oh, anyway, that's my my deal at sweeteners and my first step to good health. Well, yeah, I just wanted to say one more thing. I noticed that my memory was starting to go away. And not that, I just lost my ability to quench my thirst, but my memory started going away. So, as you look into it and you'll look at the video or whatever, I mean, you're going to find out that this stuff, when it goes into you, it changes. And it makes ketone and methyl alcohol, which breaks through the blood-brain barrier and starts messing with your brain. Plus, it screws up your organs because, well, nothing really likes that stuff. It's poison. At work, when I handled ketone or anything like that, I always had to wear gloves and a respirator and everything else. So, I mean, you just got to use your common sense, right? So, if you want to eat this poison and make yourself sick, then, that's up to you. Doctors will be happy for you. They'll get all the money. Anyway, I hope this helps. And I'm going to try to put a link at the bottom and some more information for you if you want. Alright, have a nice day, guys.